So I originally saw this video online.
Okay, this is gonna sound crazy, but last week I upgraded a website for a service-based business just like this, and I accidentally did way too good of a job.
Which was on Instagram, and when I commented that the business was going to have problems indexing, they deleted me. So in this video, I'm going to show you why I believe I personally got deleted after bringing up some very publicly verifiable facts that any business owner can utilize to determine who they should hire next in the marketing world. Before we continue, my name is Joshua Sickenberger. I've been in the digital marketing industry for over 11 years, and everything that you learn in this video, you can go duplicate yourself, such as little tiny things like a little site colon search right here that walks you through how many of my pages are actually ranking on Google, or some other important pieces of the puzzle like a sitemap.xml, which is something that has to be submitted to the Google Search Console in order to get those pages indexing. So let's dive in, let's teach you some stuff and show you how to audit with your eyes. Now, immediately, you always want to look at your sitemap XML, and this is a file that's more for Google to read your website, which is why this 6-page website only ranks for 2 pages. It was never built, it was never properly done. From my personal experience, everybody has one of these. This is a slash sitemap. Everybody has a slash sitemap XML. It's an extremely important piece of a puzzle. When you use normal building platforms, they already come with the sitemap. It's a simple plugin. When you use whatever building platform is being utilized over here, it must have had to been manually built. And without the presence of a sitemap, well, just ask ChatGPT. You can go over to ChatGPT and say, my website doesn't have a sitemap XML. My website doesn't have a sitemap XML. And I'm showing you this AI prompt so you can go and just kind of validate what I'm doing. I paid someone who said they do SEO. What do you think? Okay, not having a sitemap XML is it's not, terrible, but are your pages going to be showing up on Google? Does your domain work? Most platforms auto-generate them. So just to kind of validate what I'm teaching you here, please feel free to go to AI and, well, use the toddler with crayons, but I'll show you how to supersede the toddler with crayons. So now your sitemap isn't there. There's multiple versions of this you can search. I already looked through them to save you time, but you have like a page, a post, category. There's the sitemap underscore index XML. There's many ways to route you to the same place, and you can see that no matter which one we're searching here, none of those exist. So that very first piece of the puzzle that you look for was not there. So that led me to believe, okay, let's go look at another website because maybe this is a common theme across some of the websites. So I go and I look at that sitemap again, and this is research that someone should do. If you're about to hire somebody online and they're about to build your website, well, there's many different versions of websites. And a lot of people, from my personal experience, utilize the word SEO and all this, ongoing maintenance, and it's managed every single day. Well, what's usually done is this is always supposed to be here, right? Is that not a really important part of a website that should be there if I want to rank for keywords, question mark? And it'll tell you, yeah, it's one of the most important foundational parts of SEO. And my confliction here is that this is saying that there's, a strong technical foundation. So there's conflicting evidence whenever, I mean, I've been doing this for so long, but for the newer individuals, there's conflicting evidence here where it says, indexing is one of the most important fundamental parts of SEO, and think of SEO like Google discovers and crawls pages. So now, how do we tell? How do I validate to you that this report right here, where it was showing kind of issues just based on builds we've done before, right here, you can see, okay, it's like it's not picking up traffic. It could be in a really middle of nowhere place. To be honest, it is a roofing company. Roofing companies are a lot harder than other types of businesses. And most of these seem to be kind of roofing construction industry. So let's show you one layer deeper on this website here. Now, we did the sitemap XML. We saw it's missing on 2 websites. That's not very good. But now we do the site colon search. This shows you your pages that are actually indexing. So here's the problem. Oh, we have a 6-page website. We have an about page, a service page, roofing, gutters, siding, a home page, finance page over here. But Google can't see any of those except for the home page and the about page. Now I want to give you a double verification process. Am I, you know, manipulating a video or some way to make someone believe that they're not ranking? No, you can genuinely do your site search, which is this, and then always, 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 right? I'm big on go to ChatGPT. Can I trust this to see some of my index pages if my website is 6 pages big? Question mark. Right, and right here, it's connected to your Google Search Console. It's a normal quick check to see what pages have indexed. But if your site is only 6 page, understand a few things. Google can show a few URLs, right? There could be something going on. Doesn't mean it's broken, but let's verify what's actually going on. Now you do that site search, that's just basic, and then you go to the home page and then just grab a siding page right here, and you can do that exact same search again on that exact same page. And you can see that that page doesn't rank. And now this isn't a isolated problem among individuals on the internet. This is something that I personally come across on a daily basis, right? This is an individual. I know they paid a great deal for their website with the company that they were working with. It was a highly reputable company, and I just know they paid a lot for a website, work with a highly reputable company. And then I get confused whenever I see things like, we have a leak detection page. And right here, you can see that that page doesn't rank. And now to prove, right, that you can search this, there's going to be 3 ways I'm going to show you here. You can go to the home page and you can go to the about page and you can add that site colon right in front of it again. And that shows you, okay, that page ranks, it's there, shows up. You just go add that in front of any one of the URLs and you can tell if that website page actually ranks. Because now I can repeat that process right here with this siding page to see if this page is properly indexing. We can see that it's not. And you'll come across this quite often where a lot of people are creating a lot of pages. You can see a lot of these were created within minutes of each other. So Google might have looked at that, been a little bit sketched out. But right here, search, boom. So you're like, wait a second, how are these not ranking? And then you can go here and then you can type in the actual page itself and you see, okay, the home page shows up. Where's my service page? That's the question that you should want an answer from for your marketing agency. Citing services, and then we search as many identifiable factors, Hugo Builders LLC, everything we can over here. And now they're running Google ads, which at this point in time, I'm going to have to make a call over there. But now we're running into an issue. We're running into Google ads running over top of a website that wasn't even properly indexed. So now the business owner is they don't even have a website that's indexed properly. And now they're spending money on Google ads to the website that's not set up properly. And that's where, for me personally, everybody has their price point online. Everybody has a different process online, but Google has the same process. You're welcome to create a new one, do whatever. Google has the same process of ranking that they're going to treat every website the same. And if it's missing pieces of the puzzle, like I'm telling you, the stuff I saw so far was there's 2 versions of this website live. They actually had a sitemap, and this is kind of where I'm gonna tie up this video for you. They had a www dot version of this website, just so you can see this really quickly. There was a live version of this roofing contractor's website right here, and they had a sitemap on it, which is your auto-generated WordPress sitemap that's sitting right here. And then they rebuilt the website and deleted the sitemap. And that just to me, it's just I don't understand why someone would do that. You need that. And that just shows you where www dot that there used to be, there's 2 versions of this company live at the same time. And these are all questions, just don't trust me. I'm just a random person on the internet. Just take that website that you can see right there, it's live, and then take this version of the website that you can see right there, same company that's live, and say, I paid to have a new website built, and now there are two versions of my website live? Question mark. Yeah, that means your site was launched without proper redirect setups. And redirect setups are very common. If you change a URL structure, you have to go ahead and change those URLs to make sure it fits neatly. But the takeaway from this video, right? A lot of websites, they're being built on some platform that I can't tell you which one it is, but this one looks like just from the generalized takeaway, there's a button that you can push here, and then it looks like, all the content on most all of these websites is very similar to one another. And when you get into the world of templated, yes, someone can build much quicker websites for you. I can say personally that, yeah, absolutely, this individual's updating websites, making them look different for sure. When I'm looking at the value of the website in the background, coming across a website that has actually two different versions of itself indexed is extremely concerning to me. But when I'm looking at the third party platforms and I'm seeing that there's, Google's not really picking those sites up, they're sitting in the NA kind of world or the zero world. And then I'm manually looking at these websites where when we come across this one, there's a home and about and services, which I personally believe you should never be building a website without actual service pages. That should be included. There is no law online to say that you must build a website a certain way, but you see how that services doesn't exist. But if I search the website, then the website exists. So we have a fundamental issue going on right here where we have websites that are being actively created. It seems as though, and my personal opinion here would be I would believe that I'm paying for SEO and getting a professional website that's managed and optimized. And from what I've seen so far as I look into these, is a lot of websites that have project pages, service pages, training pages. And when we do just the most basic index check, like I promise you this is 1%, right? One page, training page, services page, projects page. So projects, services, training, and this are here. So the about's not ranking. The contact page was never created. And there's just, you ask not hat GPT, ask chat GPT, what are the required core pages that should be created on a website for Google to trust it? And it's home, about, contact. It doesn't tell you that there's a requirement, but you should have a home page, you should have an about page, you should have a contact, you should have individual service pages. So, there's certain rules online that you should follow if the ultimate goal is to rank and properly index and be trusted by Google. Because when Google, and here's your final takeaway from this video, when Google's looking at a business, it wants to know where this business is located, right? So the office is here. So if I search this office, it goes to that business. The Google profile would be created so Google can connect, okay, you're a Google profile here, your website's here, this content is associated here. We can trust sending local business to you. And those are just some of the many things that we personally come across on a daily basis when a business approaches us and says, hey, what can you do for me? Well, we always start by just doing an overall look. And so, well, what were you sold? What was done? Let me see your contract. What's going on over there? And then just kind of dive a little bit deeper. And what I'm noticing here from this, very, very shallow dive, like here's a service hashtag masonry, which means that it's just an anchor text. So if someone's on an actual page looking for a service, like if I click roofing, it's going to anchor text me down to roofing. And instead of send me to the roofing page, it should have sent me to the roofing page. But once again, I don't know what these individuals were sold or paying for. I'm just simply here independently analyzing what I can see in front of me. And that's a home page, a work page, a privacy page, a services page, a deck services page. So it looks like maybe there's pages that are slowly being built. And takeaway from this, okay? If a deck page is created, there should be a link for the deck page here. If we built a website and we want to make sure that it gets indexed properly, we should have built our sitemap and then indexed our sitemap to the Google Search Console. So I appreciate you for watching this video. If you are a business owner and you're not happy or you're just curious what you're paying for, kind of what's going on. Is it up to industry standard? Are you overpaying? Are you underpaying? Are you getting the best deal of your life? Which sometimes we come across and we're like, yeah, that's a great deal at your price point. There's absolutely, get a third party analysis. Even if you're doing good, still have somebody else look, bring that information to your marketing agency and ask them the questions. And the reason I tell you to reach out for third party analysis is we have analyzed businesses, put that information in front of the business owner. They share it with the marketing agency. The marketing agency says that we have no clue what we're talking about. And then we tell the business owner, oh, that's unfortunate. Sit them down, show them something similar to this where it's irrefutable that there's actual problems, and then they can make a real educated decision. But the final takeaway over here, I see SEO, I see professional websites, I see optimized for your business. I still see sitemaps missing, I still see pages not there. I see SEO repeated again. I see fully managed, I see that these are built and tailored to the brand industry and market. I see ongoing maintenance as search evolves. I see and managed every day. I see that we have every site built with a strong technical foundation. It's an area that we stay on top of. And the last and final piece of the puzzle, the problem is the website's costing you money. It's not converting. Well, I can agree that they're 100% fixing the aesthetics, but they're saying that your website's invisible to anyone searching online when I just showed you that there are website pages, and you can manually check this if you'd like, gutter services, and then type in as much you want, type in your business, your LLC, your everything, and now I see they're actually running Google ads for a keyword when we didn't even get the gutter page ranking. And that to me is something I've seen so many times. Step number one, get the website fully indexed and ranking. And then step number two, maybe visit advertisements, because now we are utilizing advertisements over here when we haven't even optimized our most basics. So I appreciate you for watching this video. Hope you have a beautiful day. Reach out for an audit. You'd be surprised. And God bless. Bye. Reach out down below. See you.